Today we're going back in time and experiencing the very first final DLC of the Dark Aether storyline, and one of the best wonder weapons in Zombies history. Right before the finale of Black Ops 6 Zombies, you might have forgotten a lot of these storyline details, so let's get into it. Welcome everybody to Forsaken, and right away we have one of the most interesting spawn room mechanics that we've seen. The classic moon spawn room doesn't start you with any rounds, but here in Forsaken, the rounds will continuously go up, sort of like we're playing the Abomination Challenge from Black Ops 6. But what I like to do at the start of this match is I like to survive here until round, I don't know, like 8 or 9. But in loading up this game, I realized that I haven't had a lot of Cold War Zombies gameplay on the channel since it's released. And I gotta say, this is an ugly, ugly HUD. Ooh, a double points. I love it. I love it. Let's grab it. I mean, the mini map you can't take off, the score feed, oh my goodness, it's like here's half the screen you can't see. There's round 6. Oh, look at the cute little timer next to the double points. It's all just floating in space there. I love the fact that you can turn all this stuff off in Black Ops 6. And what, it's round 6 and my starting gun is like still 2-shotting people, 2 or 3-shotting. We are using the MAC-10. Let's throw up the class. And this is, like I said at the beginning, the very first final DLC of the Dark Aether storyline. Now, we recently went back and we played the Modern Warfare 3 final story mission because that kind of led into Liberty Falls, but I think this map is going to be a little bit more important in terms of story because this is really kind of the story they were going to tell in the first place. Modern Warfare 3 is kind of a spin-off, even Vanguard's kind of a spin-off, and this is like the last like Treyarch game, you know, like Modern Warfare 3, Vanguard, those were Sledgehammer games. Oh yes, and we have the Tormentors on this map. They deal a lot of damage, so I think, yeah, it's round 8. I've got plenty of points. We'll go ahead. Use the teleporter. We won't lose any of these zombies. But this is the last time that Treyarch really had their hands on their own storyline, and probably a decent-ish amount of time to do it or think about it. I mean, they haven't had time since like 2016, so. But I do think that this is well worth revisiting because I think this this boss fight and this, well, maybe not the map, but the boss fight and this Easter egg is probably better than you remember. I've got so much salvage. Wow, we've got a ton of salvage. I really should have got Death Perception because Death Perception will get you more salvage, but we got Jug. I need to buy some ammo. Let's progress through here. We're gonna go through all of these doors. This map takes place on a Russian facility. It's a Russian training facility, and it's modeled after an America town. And it was taken directly from the campaign, but as you can see, we've got American records and tapes, bar and grill, that very generic 80s text, a cinema, a theater, a video store with Mule Kick. And what's really cool about Mule Kick is if you buy it, then it acts like a trap and it kills zombies. It's really cool, but we've got to pick up all these parts. Going into the theater, looking around for the part piece. Open up the Burger Town. Let's see. Oh, yep, there are those. There's Dr. Peck. We love Dr. Peck. And I will get Deadshot because that's going to reduce our hipfire spread a ton. Look at that hipfire spread. It's like tax dance in this game. And there's all of our parts for the teleporter. And we just need to come up to this teleporter and repair it. There we go. And this teleporter, again, it's very much the Dark Aether version of the classic teleporter. And let's make sure we buy ammo because we are gonna need it, because once we go through this door, and this is the coolest part of the map, obviously it's the most zombified scientific sci-fi facility going on in here, and this again looks very similar to what we see in The Reckoning, but once we get close we're gonna see the Abomination. So a lot of people theorize that we might see a very similar kind of, oh my goodness, this Abomination's crazy easy, look at that. People are theorizing we might see a very similar sort of storyline beat for the Uber Klaus, like, oh no, and the thing that's different about this Abomination is that the mouth is in the weak spot when it shoots you. But you know, we might turn on this facility in Reckoning, and then once we turn it on, kind of like they're trying to do here, and you know what, it would actually make sense. Oh yes, we got armor. It actually makes sense that they're trying to replicate this in Reckoning because the whole point of the Forsaken, or this map in this entire story, is that they want to bring Forsaken out of the Dark Aether and trap him, or to bring Zykov out and help him, you know, and capture the Forsaken. And up here in the radio tower, there will be no zombies, but there is radiation, so you can't stay here forever. We will pack a punch though. Oh, I forgot. You gotta actually click it. Oh, that's so clunky. But to kick off this Easter egg, we come over to this button and we get somewhat of an intro-ish cutscene. It's not an intro cutscene, but we get a really good cutscene. So that's Zykov. We were talking to him throughout Cold War. He's out of the Dark Ether. We brought him out of the Dark Ether. He was a World War II Russian soldier who sealed up a facility on D Machina, but he tricked us all, quote unquote, tricked us all, because he turned into the Forsaken as he was in the Dark Ether. And there you go. That's the Forsaken, which, by the way, epic boss model. It's not a copy of a Tempest. It's not the Orda for the third time. It's this big, unique boss and a big threatening presence. Look at his eyes. They're absent but close. Oh, it's so good. And after that line, you know, the Dark Ether will consume your world. I thought this whole entire map was going to evolve, right? He does this big puff of Dark Ether, and we all love this part.
I didn't realize he was the creature.
You fuck.
we love Dr. Peck getting smacked. I thought this map was going to transform into the Dark Ether, like it was going to spill out because, you know, the literal Forsaken is here, and there is Sam Maxis. And so Sam is going to fight the Forsaken throughout this entire Easter egg. How sick is that? Now, I thought it would have been so much better if we just had Sam and the Forsaken fighting behind this area nonstop. But alas, that's not what they decided to do. So now this whole entire Easter egg is basically building the Wonder Weapon, destroying these things, and building a device to get us to where that fight is taking place. And so I am going to get myself I don't think a Molotov works. How do I get out of this menu? So janky, so janky. I don't think a Molotov works. I think I just wasted salvage there. I think I want to buy a flamethrower. I threw a decoy. What is going on with this game? No, I'm like a couple blue salvage short of a flamethrower. But we're gonna hang out around here next to Jim's Donuts, hey, because in a couple rounds, you know, something might happen. Who knows? Oh, okay, so this tormentor we need to kill with fire, but I don't think, yeah, Molotov doesn't work. So we need that flamethrower, and we got it there. Now salvage is broken up into two different salvages here in Cold War. We've got rare salvage, and regular salvage. Regular salvage is all we have in Black Ops 6. It's much more streamlined. I like it so much better. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Oh, dude, that might be the same animation as the Terminus side Easter egg. That's really cool. But now we go over to this crystal, we interact with it. It spawns in a bunch of enemies that we need to kill, mainly the Plague Hounds, and then we can return back to here after the Plague Hounds are dead. Oh, insta-kill, nice. We've got more Tormentors. Now we've got Tempests. It's kind of a mini lockdown. And then I think those Tempests are done, so we'll go back, and I think it'll be Mimics next. Yes, indeed. Goodbye, Mimics. Look at how strong just a green pack 1 gun is. It's like, I know people say the guns in Black Ops 6 are strong. No. These guns are strong. So that's 1 crystal, and I will come up here, and I will double pack a punch. And for the next crystal, while we're waiting for one of those Tempests to spawn, we need to come inside of here and wait for an Abomination to spawn. Aha, Abomination. Ooh, and I think this is perfect because he's gonna charge right into that wall, knock this down, pick up this canister. That's one of the pieces we need for the Easter egg. And just like Shattered Veil, what we're gonna need to do now is get him to shoot his beam at one of these crystals. Oh, there we go. And I think we did it. We did it. Nice. That's the second crystal we need. I am just gonna leave that Abomination there too. We'll need him later. Now we're just waiting on the Tormentor. So I will upgrade my gun again. Oh, I hear him. There he is, the Tormentor. Nice, and that's that third crystal. Oh, I didn't pick that up. That's okay. Oh, Abomination, why are you here? I don't want that. So now we've got the 3 crystals. We can come right over here, put them in there. I am going to then Ether. Oh man, I forgot Ether Shroud does that now. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna try to melee zombies that we can. Okay, that didn't go super well. I think it's just a 2-knife. That's okay. I'm getting some health back from this. We'll just do that. Thank you very much. We've almost got it. Melee kills. Frenzied Guard makes this pretty easy, but that's okay. And boom, there we go. Enough melee kills. We get one of the best wonder weapons in zombies history, the Crystal Axe. This thing is awesome. It's an axe just like the Hammer of Valhalla from Black Ops 4, but you can also have an alternate fire which throws out this insta-kill disc, it's crazy good. Crazy good. We can pack a punch it, and I am gonna put on Deadwire because I want to come down here and do an Easter egg step real quick. But also with this Crystal Axe, you can transform it into an SMG that fires full auto rounds, dude. And it sounds so good. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. So when you hear me complain about maps like Shattered Vale or Liberty Falls or the Tomb, this is why I always say that I prefer a new Wonder Weapon over an old one, because this, oh, it's so nice. But for the Easter egg, we need to come over here, activate Deadwire next to this Grand Prix machine, hopefully not end the round. Then we can use an RCXD, which controls horribly in this game. No! Don't run into zombies. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try that again. It controls so terribly. Oh wow, it's so much worse than Black Ops 6. Wow, this is bad. Okay, slowly go around here. I remember it being bad, but wow. And then we go through this tiny little secret compartment and then boop, there we go. And that got us another part piece. Pretty cool. And now what we need to do for this final piece, this neutralizer, wow, we've already got all these things. We need to come over here and we need to activate this processing tank. And this is where the Crystal Axe really shines. And this is kind of where the OP nature of players in Black Ops or in Cold War are, because there is, you know how we have augments in Black Ops 6? There are tiers of abilities, basically augments for Cold War 2. And one of those augments is focused on the player, and that is whenever you melee, you get some health back. Now that's a melee macchiato augment in Black Ops 6, but here it applies to everything whenever you melee, and this Crystal Axe will earn armor for every successful melee hit. So we could just sit here, and so long as we're killing enemies and successfully meleeing enemies, we're gonna get armor and health back. So it looks chaotic, it looks crazy, and if you were doing this lockdown without the Crystal Axe and without those tiers of abilities, it would be really difficult. But thankfully, that's not how it works. And you might notice some crystals drop, and that's ammo for the SMG variant of this. And I know what you're thinking. The answer is yes, the high round strategy for this map is just using this, but it falls off at like round 40. But now we have the fuel tank. And so now what we get to do, very simple Easter egg, is go to those big crystals that we saw, and we're simply gonna shoot them. Now you don't need to do this with the Wonder Weapon, but it definitely helps, especially with those fast moving ones, because once you start breaking these orbs, dang it, Donuts, can you aim? Thank you. Once you start breaking them, you're gonna get crazy amounts of bosses and special enemies, so you'll break the crystal after that, pick up this crystal shard, it will take over one of your secondary grenades, and you've got an infinite source there, because you're just gonna throw them towards the abomination. The abomination will gulp it down, and that red glowing tail is a sign that you can take out the abomination now. Look at how much of a pushover this is. Now we can collect that one crystal shard. Easy. And then after that, you go to the spawn area. I'm going to try to take out this one first because that's the furthest one away, and then this one, and then we'll do that one next. Reload. We got manglers in this map. Oh, I'm so worried about the boss zombie spam in Reckoning. We didn't see anything but the Klauses, but that would be bad news if it was like all of the zombies. We heard another gulp. The abomination. That's all done and dead. And there's our next crystal. I suppose I should probably get tier 2 armor. I don't know. I'm already having a pretty easy time. But the final crystal, you've already seen it. It's back in the laboratory over here, the bunker. I suspect, I am kind of affirming this is going to be the very same sort of device that we see in Reckoning. I'm putting money on it. There's 1, 2, and 3 done. We will hit this guy. Grab that. Where's the HVT at? He's over here. And don't throw the crystal yet. Can I have it now? Very good. Gulp. That's always such a funny sound. But we'll just sit here. But then after a little slashing, we've got all that done. And we're boss fight ready in 30 minutes. How long have we been going? It doesn't have the timer on here. But yeah, my recording has only been live for 30 minutes. But we have enough points. We are just going to use this Crystal Axe because why would I use the MAC-10 when I have this thing? The MAC-10 is like one of my favorite guns in this game. I love the fast firing guns, but now we got some PhD and I want to go on over to this side. We can hear the radiation getting bad because if we jump down here, we have a crafting table, but I think I'll wait till the end of the round to craft what I want to craft. Always love a good double points. Let's assemble this ether neutralizer. And if you ever wondered how Pet got injured, you can listen to this voice line.
Watch where you're shooting! The gas line!
Oh, there you go. Goodbye, Dr. Peck, at least for now. He's in critical condition. But now we're ready to go to the boss fight if we want to. But as I was saying, something I've noticed, playing older zombies and now even Cold War, Black Ops 6 really does have a lot of zombies come at you at the same time, even on the mid rounds. A lot of the times when I'm cutting in between, I'm having to go search out for the zombie. Oh, hello there, mimics. And it's not just at the end of the round either. I'll kill a couple and then I'll have to go look for the other couple and go look for this other one. It is very strange to me that I have to do that. I love the fact that Black Ops 6 added more zombies on the map. I think it makes it so much more intense. And we have disciples. Did I finish that thought about the bosses? I hope we only have the class because the final DLCs having all of the bosses, it's just so done. I'm so done with it. I want special enemies to be unique to their maps again. I feel like that's just so much more special. Now, if you need a good place to camp, like we're gaining up points right now, if you have the Ether Shroud augment that teleports you forward, you can go up to this door, teleport through it, and there's Ronald Ray Gun. We can open this door, and this is also an excellent camping place. Yeah, this is Ronald Ray Gun. I don't know why he doesn't have a health bar over him, but you can deliver pizzas in here. There's lots of side quests in here, which are pretty good. There's fun side quests. This was the best maps for side quests back in Cold War. Looking back on it now, I think every single map in Black Ops 6 tops the Forsaken in terms of side quest. Maybe not Citadel, depending on if you count the incantations or not. But the quality of the maps here in Cold War, in my opinion, really not aging well. And you think, oh my goodness, there's an abomination here, Donuts. Aren't you worried? No, I'm not worried here. When we say Cold War is the easiest zombie game, we mean it. You have to have the perfect augment set up for the light sword in order to do what I'm doing here. Whereas here, you just pick it up, you pack a punch it, you're good, whatever. Now, I'm not saying it's better, worse, whatever. I'm just pointing out how different it is. I think it's intriguing how different it is, especially because there is this subset of people who genuinely love Cold War. It's the best zombie game ever. Now, sometimes that comes with, it has Outbreak and Onslaught, so it's the variety that people like, and that I can somewhat agree. But in terms of just strict round based, this to me is aging pretty badly. Good ideas, but just not great implementation. But that's not what we're here to talk about. If you like Cold War Zombies, it's fine. I like Cold War Zombies too. It's just really cool to see how far we've come. That's why we're back here, I guess, And I think I forgot how much upgrading my rarity was. I think I'm gonna get myself a death machine that cost 100 of the rare salvage. We're gonna upgrade this, I think, to that. We will get tier 3 armor, and now we're just gonna grind out some points for some perks. What I do want to show you, around 23 Purple Pack-a-Punch 2, one of the weaker guns in the game, is still one-shotting. Because the Deadshot augments, it would be like if we had every single Deadshot augment. You get the double damage one at full health and the further increase. So it's nuts. It's nuts how easy this game is in the early rounds. And again, to me, this would be pretty chaotic, right? Look at all these zombies, but I mean, it's nothing compared to the amount of zombies we have in Black Ops 6. It's so fun to look at this. It really is so fun. What is really nice though, what I do think Black Ops 6 kind of messed up a little bit, is the fact that headshots are worth 130 points or 115 points, and melees are also worth 115 points. I think that is so much better. If anything, I want melees to be more points and award you more points because you're doing something really risky and dangerous. So shouldn't it be worth more points? But speaking of points, we're gonna go to the bunker, head on upstairs inside of here, throw down a decoy. Hopefully the zombies get attracted to that. And I want speed cola, that quick revive, elemental pop, get me out of here. And I think I want one more. I think I want tombstone just to be safe. And yep, there's tombstone, and I'm fine without death perception or meal kick. That is a-okay with me. I've got a death machine. Do I have enough salvage for a Casimir? I might want that. That might be fun. Casimir's 1500. Yeah, I'll take that for sure. And because we're playing Cold War and I have enough points for it, we're gonna get ourselves Shatterblast because it's one of the best ones in the game, apart from Cryo Freeze. But now we're ready to go. We're on 25, just like Black Ops 6. We're on 25 is the round to go on once you're all set up, and we can activate this Etherium Neutralizer. I remember when this step like stressed me out so much. So as this thing is progressing, it's going to run out of this fuel, those crystals that we were getting. So we need to refill it as we progress through this area. We refill it by those ether crystals there. We break them and it's stopped. It's slowing down out of fuel. We can run out of here, pick this up, come back in, place it back in, and it's got a little bit more fuel. We break this crystal, pick up the fuel, come back in, put it there. And as we go through this tunnel, there's gonna be crystals up top, down below. It's a pretty decent gameplay challenge. I really like this part. Pick up this crystal, jump on down, fill up the neutralizer. You're mixing the survivability of the zombies versus where you see the crystals coming from, and then timing it right so you can jump out of there, because when we're, oh my goodness, when we're in this dark ether, it's like we're in the gas. Can I pick this up, please? Thank you very much. It's like we're in the gas and we take damage. Boop, another crystal, more fuel. Check up top. I think there is one up top I want to get. There we go. And this should be the last one. We're coming for you, Maxis. This is a big storyline thing. You guys really should pay attention to this. As we get towards the end, that should be it. You've got a few more points, nothing crazy, but now, right before the boss fight, we have an arsenal station, Pack-a-Punch, Wonder Fizz machine, ammo crate, and a crafting table. But I think we're ready to go anyway, so let's take on the Forsaken, confront the Forsaken. Now, before we get going, is this not the Back to the Future set, right? You know, I always thought that from the moment the Forsaken came out, I went into the campaign mission and I noticed this was a Back to the Future set with Town Hall right there in the middle gazebo. I mean, it's in there, but doesn't this look like Hill Valley? I don't know. So what's cool about this boss fight is we need to, oh my goodness, we need to get out of there. We need to get kills under Maxis to power and feed her essence, because she is somehow tied to the Dark Ether from the original Ether storyline. Her and Maxis are the only two people from the original Ether storyline. So with that comes special power. So now we powered up Maxis. Max is going to power up this laser cannon, and there's bosses and special enemies in here, but we can do this again. We can get underneath Maxis and then fill up her power level, and then she'll also activate that laser cannon, which is great. We got both of those up, but before we can damage the Forsaken, we're gonna need to break his armor. Very eerily similar to the Guardian boss fight, his shoulders and his stomach and all this stuff. And I don't know if this Mac 10 is gonna be really good for it. Let's go switch our Crystalax and see if this is any better. Yeah, that's a lot better. But we're gonna take out that shoulder. And I recently on Twitter got some flack here by some of people who I thought were my friends, or I was praising the Forsaken boss fight. I didn't say it was like a masterpiece or anything, but it worked as a really good finale. We're gonna get that shoulder, very good. And then get this shoulder, nice. But the Forsaken is like ground pounding you. You've got all of these things coming after you. You have to kill them and then use these cannons. I mean, this cannon's pretty one note. You just point and click and you can take your hand off. And there you go, there's a quarter of his health done. But then his soul gets sucked up into that Forsaken chamber, which we see in Reckoning, at least in the teasers. And then he starts using like field upgrades, like Frost Blast to come get you. You know, he lost his arm, so he's Frost Blasting you. He's an actual threat, especially with the like laser attack he's gonna do after this. But this is what's really cool. This is, oh yeah, here's that laser attack. Oh, almost. But this is what's so important.
You are so eager to stop me. Would you like to see how that story ends?
So this is the story of what happens when we defeat the Forsaken.
Gaze upon the future that awaits you.
Should we defeat the Forsaken, everyone's gonna die. Now, what do we see in the Modern Warfare Zombies intro cutscene? Those same people dead. Oh, it's so fascinating. It's so fascinating. It's so cool. And then look, like this Forsaken, like this attack, it's devastating. So the Forsaken really is a threat here. Hi, Abomination. I think this would be a lot more difficult if we didn't have the Crystal Axe. But also, you know, here he's sending out like Frenzied Guard electric attacks, which again, strip your armor, so it forces you to move around. This is not, in my opinion, it's a, I would say, decently challenging boss fight for Cold War at least. I know everyone points to Valentina, and Valentina is great too, but this one, I don't know, with the orbs he got, it's fun. It's really fun. We got more ammo. Where's Maxis at? Oh, he's got Frost Blast going on. Let's see if we can't dodge it. Get the zombies inside of Maxis. Oh, there's a Krasny Soldat. Again, one of the big bosses. This Crystal Axe makes short work of him, and now she's got that other laser cannon all prepped, ready to go, which means we can switch back to this SMG variant and get that crystal on his stomach done. Whoo, get out of the way, get out of the way. It's so much more than just a regular like bullet sponge. You actually have to interact with them in a fairly interesting way. It's not Mozart or anything. But now we've got his belly weak. We can fire this. Nice. And I believe his forehead is gonna be next. Oh boy, man, I miss Omni movement so much. Oh, I've got enough points. I can just buy more ammo for this, right? Yeah, let's go. So let's get his forehead, pick that scab off for him. Oh, he's got that attack going on again. Get out of the way. Almost there, almost there. There we go. And finally, the laser cannon at his forehead for the final blow. And we did it. Or did we? Yes, we did. But there's a little cinematic here. So the Forsaken is fighting. He's fighting. We've got these crystals in here. We've got Krasny Soldats. And eventually the atmosphere is going to get so toxic because he's trying to pull the Dark Ether. Look at all these things coming out of him. Oh, we're dying. We're dying. Even if we Ether Shroud our dying wish, watch out. Oh, we were supposed to die there. It's very cinematic, but here you go. So beefed up Sam taking on the Forsaken.
This is the only way.
Of course, this is the only way. So she flies into the Dark Ether. I imagine that's a Dark Ether because we saw those zombies and enemies coming out of there, and destroys Forsaken from the inside out or something. You know, it's sci-fi fantastical knowledge, but what's really cool is the Forsaken will dissolve and his essence will be blown away and ripped apart into this containment chamber, which, as we see in The Reckoning, is sort of broken. Also, by the way, it's the Hill Valley Bank, right? It's the Hill Valley stuff, isn't it? So I wonder if the Forsaken is going to be our enemy, or the enemy of my enemy is my friend, versus the Sam AI. There's so many players on the field. I love that we're talking about the storyline like we are. And I can't play the music for you here, but we'll meet again. And this cutscene, and the zombie with the eye patch is really funny. Seeing our Requiem team that we've been talking to the whole year that should have been a set crew. Could you imagine if the set crew was actually in the Forsaken instead of some random operators? That would have been so much better. So the Forsaken chamber gets taken away from here. We didn't know where it went. We assumed it was going to go where Terminus wound up being, like this shot right here. We thought, oh, that's going to go in the middle of the Pacific. No, it's actually at Janus Towers. We have Ravenoff. And then this, here is the director's computer. Group memo, entity acquired. She's no longer a problem for Project Janus. Divert strike team to Black Site 13 for indefinite containment. I will shut down Requiem. Our agents can move on Weaver and the team. So here is Dr. Gray with Not So. That's Not So Fluffy, the dog, Sam's dog. Wonder if they'll come back at any point, but there's Dr. Gray getting arrested, going to Terminus Island. Here's Carver and Dr. Strauss totally in character, fighting the way. And this was just so brilliant because the director, we've always kind of known it was Richtofen, but we were speculating, is this a new person? Is this going to be rehashed? There's Raptor 1 getting taken care of, and the Requiem soldier, whoever you're playing as, and there's Weaver. And this cutscene is just Richtofen's grand scheme unfurling and unraveling, and his mischievous nature is just, oh, it was such a good ending. This is one of the best endings in Zombies because it closed the storyline of the Forsaken, but then it opened so much more. Everyone's arrested. Requiem is shut down. What in the world is Project Janus? Here's the director. You can see him right there. Who is it? Who is it? They're teasing. We all notice this shot of his family. Look at that. And right at the crescendo of the song, the end of the song, we'll meet again. And he turns back And it's Richtofen with the smirkiest little grin, because now he can fulfill Project Janus and, as we know now, bring back his wife and kid. And then we get a 5-year time jump in Japan, and this person needs a boat in the middle of nowhere. Who could this be, and why could he want to go there? Well, this is Dr. Peck looking for old friends, he says, and that leads us straight into Terminus. So this really does connect very well to Black Ops 6, which is why I wanted to come back to this story, and the story will continue. Yes, we went on a side tangent with Vanguard zombies, and yes, there might have been a different puzzle piece with Modern Warfare 3 zombies, but after playing this and then playing some Black Ops 6 maps, I think Ava Jansen might be a footnote, and we really need to cover the characters Richtofen, his family, Dr. Gray, Maxis in this map. And I'm so excited to see where this story goes, and I hope you guys are too. And if you are so excited about The Reckoning releasing in less than a week, and you want a complete breakdown of everything coming to Season 5 of Black Ops 6 Zombies, be sure to check out this video and stay beautiful.